Wait.
Hey everyone, glad you're here. Settle in and enjoy this one. We bring you real, raw stories every single day, and I promise this one will grip you from the start. Let's dive in. The bass pounded through the walls, lights flashing and spinning across the dance floor in a frenzy of color. Laughter, shouts, and music blended together until it was just one wild roar. The air reeked of sweat, perfume, and spilled drinks. Behind me, glasses clinked somewhere at the bar, but I stood frozen at the edge, nursing a glass and watching the chaos. The crowd surged like waves beneath flashing strobes. People laughed without restraint. Some danced like the world would end tonight. Others whispered in dark corners. My eyes drifted until they landed on her. Emma, my wife. Relief hit first, just spotting her in the sea of strangers, like everything loud and strange would quiet once I saw her. But instead of smiling at me, instead of waving me over, she was locked in another man's arms. Taller than her, his hands gripping her waist with possession. She leaned into him, her head resting on his shoulder like it belonged there. And that smile, soft, sweet, the kind I hadn't seen in weeks, spread across her lips. The sight slammed into me like a punch straight to the chest. My hand shook around my glass, so hard I thought it might break. My whole body went rigid, fury igniting like fire through my veins. But under the anger was something heavier, sharper, hurt. We had walked into this party together. She had been holding my arm when we crossed the entrance. Less than an hour later, she was clinging to another man as though I didn't exist. My mind spun out. Was it just careless? Drunken? Or had this been brewing under my nose all along? I couldn't stand there any longer. If I stayed, I'd explode. And I refused to give her, or anyone in that room, the satisfaction of seeing me crumble. I placed my glass carefully on the counter, the faint clink swallowed by the booming music, and turned for the exit. Every step dragged like chains pulling my marriage behind me. The noise trailed until I shoved the door open and silence hit. Outside, the night was crisp, quiet. Street lamps stretched shadows across empty pavement. The cold air burned against my face, each breath puffing white in the dark. Memories clawed at me with every step toward the car, nights under blankets, whispered promises, dreams we'd painted so bright. Her laugh, her trust, her love. Where had it gone? Had I missed the cracks forming? Grown too complacent, too certain love alone was enough? Maybe she'd been drifting for months, and I only saw it now. I leaned against the hood, staring down at the ground. My phone buzzed. Her name lit the screen. I let it ring. I didn't want excuses. I didn't want explanations. I'd already seen the truth with my own eyes. Keys in hand, ready to leave, I heard quick footsteps breaking the night. Wait. Her voice. I looked up. Emma was running toward me, heels clattering, hair messy, strands falling loose around her flushed face. Breathless. Panicked. She reached me and clutched my arm, her fingers trembling. "Please, don't go," she whispered, voice splintering. "It's not what you think." My jaw locked tight, my face cold. That image of her in his arms burned too deep to erase. I said nothing. She stumbled into excuses, her desperation pouring out. "He's just an old friend. That's all." I wasn't thinking. I just wanted to dance. I didn't realize how it looked. Her hands gripped mine like her life depended on it, eyes shining under the streetlight. "I looked for you the second I saw you were gone. I didn't want you to believe," her words broke into sobs. Please don't let this ruin us. I finally turned fully toward her, my chest heaving. My voice came low, iron under every syllable. You humiliated me, Emma. Do you have any idea what it felt like, standing there while everyone watched my wife wrapped in another man's arms? Her tears streamed hard. She shook her head, pleading. I'm sorry. It was careless, but it was nothing. You're the only one I love. Please, believe me. Don't walk away. Her words stabbed through the armor I'd built in the last hour. I searched her face for lies, for arrogance. But all I saw was fear. Fear of losing me. The anger didn't vanish, but it shifted into disappointment, into grief. And beneath it, love still clung stubbornly, no matter how much I wanted it gone. I didn't forgive her. I didn't speak. But I didn't pull my hand away either. For now, that was enough for her. We didn't return to the party. We drove home in silence, her hand locked tight around mine the whole ride, as if letting go would make me disappear. Neither of us said a word. The air between us was heavy with pain, thicker than words could cut through. At home, I sat in the car for a long while before finally stepping inside with her. I had no idea what tomorrow would bring. Could trust be rebuilt? Or were the cracks already too wide? One thing burned clear in my mind: betrayal doesn't always shatter a marriage in one blow. Sometimes it forces you to face what you've been ignoring. Whether we'd survive or fall apart, that was for time to decide. But I knew this much: Emma would never forget tonight. The night she almost lost me. If this story struck you, remember, betrayal cuts deep, but truth heals stronger. Never ignore the cracks. Protect your love, or protect yourself. And if you want more raw stories like this, don't just scroll away, stay with us. Hit follow, share, and come back tomorrow. The next story may be the one you need to hear. Word count, 1186, same as original.